and welcome back, Intrepid Travelers. I'm going to be talking about Overwatch, like everybody else, so shut up and listen. Yes, I've been playing way too much of this game right now, far more than I thought I would originally. Once I played that beta, I was pretty much hooked from the start. Probably because I haven't played an FPS in a long time, but also because it has so many elements that just speak to me and make this game fun. Now, the first thing I'll say about Overwatch is it is a casual FPS. Now, I don't mean that in a derogatory sense, though. All of its elements speak to a design that wants to encourage people to play. It has elements of accessibility in the FPS scene, which you really don't see much anymore. You have all these military porn games creating these really tight, twitchy FPS systems, and while that does speak to that hardcore crowd that does buy them and enjoy them, you really don't see new players and people from other genres trying those games as much. That's not what they like, that's not what they're interested in, and it's not what they're good at. I'm in the same situation right now. While I did play a lot of FPS when I was younger, I really don't play that many now. So my skills really aren't the best. And that's what's great about Overwatch right now. Just with the systems and the designs, it is a game you can jump into as a casual, as someone that's not as good as these FPS games, and still have a lot of fun. Well, part of this is the jump in and play design. I think it also has to do with the design of the characters themselves. Each one has a particular set of skills. And these skills all have their own sort of design of difficulty there. There are some characters that are incredibly easy to jump into and play, have fun, and still get kills, like your Bastions, your Junkrats, all those kind of people. A few of the tanks as well. And you still can have fun with them, you can still contribute to the course of the match. And then there are those classes and characters that have really tight twitchy skills, like your Widowmakers and Hanzos and that kind of stuff, that require you to be playing well, have developed more of those FPS style skills. That is great. That means people from different ability levels can get in and still have fun in this game, still contribute to the overall experience. And the thing is, once you do get into these games like that, you start getting better at them just by playing. Even through those easier characters and players, you start getting better, and you start branching out into the other more difficult characters to play. You start learning more about them, you start getting more skilled at playing them. So you're slowly growing as a player through playing them, and that's just because they have those easier, more casual styles of play to start off with. When I started playing this, yes, I was going for those easier characters as well. Splash damage Pharaohs, Junkrats throwing grenades everywhere, my lovely Reinhardt tank. But as I've kept on playing more and more, I've started branching out into those different characters like your Genjis and Hanzos, and just trying different characters that originally wouldn't have appealed to me, but now that I've become more comfortable in the game, that I'm, more comfortable in playing with those more difficult characters. I'm still not the greatest at them, but it is all a learning experience, and the community right now seems pretty good around this aspect. Yes, I do get a few matches now and then where you get that dude bro shouting up, "Fucking faggots, play well, get on the point," all that kind of stuff. Just kind of ignore them, and usually the great thing about this community right now is you get a few other people saying, calm down, this isn't ranked, this isn't TF2, This is just a fun game where we're all playing together. I'm guessing those competitive modes are coming in the future soon, they keep talking about them. And that'll give those people, a different area to play those things. I might even indulge myself as well. But right now, it's just fun as a casual kind of gameplay. A fun, focused gameplay. I think the other thing I'm really pleased about with Overwatch right now is just the different theme elements themselves. It isn't grounded in that realistic, modern porn shooter kind of thing. It isn't grounded in that realistic military porn kind of simulators. It's not all about your gunplay, your shooting, your tight headshot 360 no-scope kind of plays. There is a wealth of different options there from this different sci-fi theme that they've gone with. You have different weapons that are available, different styles of play they are bringing out, rather than just shooting at things. That is amazing to see. And it's also made a lot of these characters far more interesting to play. Like the support classes, for instance. Usually that is one of your most boring roles in games. Yes, you can chuck a med pack down all the time, defibrillate someone on the ground. It's not that interesting. But here, they've made these support classes incredibly interesting to play. Like Lucio running around, buffing AoE, healing, that kind of stuff. Zenyatta with his tight shooting controls and healing. These are great elements because of this sci-fi theme. And I feel like they just improve upon the gameplay elements that I've seen before. It's not the same thing over and over again. Each character feels a lot more diverse and different to play and also be. And the maps themselves seem a little bit more interesting because of this as well. The last element I'm thankful for is that they haven't gone for the same sort of FPS progression system. Having to constantly level up your account and character to get access to the weapon you might want, the skills you might want, all that kind of stuff, it really, really irritates me now. Yes, I know you've got to get good and work at certain things, but overall, it feels like this is a better system because you can jump in immediately and play the game you want to play. You're not having to work towards what you want to play as, or how you want to play, or the gun you want to use. You've immediately got access to all those things from the start, and that is great to see. I'm not overall pleased with the loot box system and how you can even buy these things, because I think it does affect both what you get out of these boxes and the frequency of these boxes as well. But overall, it's a decent system there that does add certain, interesting elements to your progression. Customization, cosmetics, that kind of stuff. That's great, that's fine. Overall, it's just a great game I'm having a lot of fun with right now. While I might not play it in the long term, it's definitely going to be something I'll be playing for the next few months, and quite heavily as well. I'm having a lot of fun with the shooting, a lot of fun with the gameplay, and a lot of fun with the various characters in here. So, check it out, and I'll see you next time.